Now we're going to read another Mulla Nusruddin tale called Bread and Salt. Okay, so let's now read. The mullah was on business in Bursa, and after a long day he was ready for a fine meal before going to bed. Can one of you gentlemen point me to a respectable rest house? He asked a small crowd of people who were gathered in the streets. A man stepped forward.
Allow me to offer you some hospitality, Mulla.
He said. The mullah was embarrassed. I can't intrude on you, he said. I am a traveling man. I'm used to eating and sleeping at inns.
No trouble at all, the man insisted. You have made a good impression on me, and I would appreciate the chance to speak to you some more.
The mullah hesitated. To refuse again would be rude. Well then, he said, thank you. I will accompany you for some bread and salt. I don't want to put you to any trouble.
See the illustration very colorful. And I think this is Mulla and the person whom he met.
I think
there is Mulla's donkey.
I think this is Mulla and this is the man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the mullah's donkey.
Yes.
But in this setting, we can see that mullah is in that part and the man is over there. Interesting. I think that's the mullah and that's the man. But Allah knows the best. His host seated him at the dining table and disappeared into the kitchen. A few moments later, he reappeared with a small loaf of bread in a large bowl. Bros, thought Nusruddin. He could almost taste the warm liquid slipping down his throat. But the bowl was filled with rough grains of salt. Disappointed, the mullah contented himself with sprinkling the salt onto the loaf of bread and washing it down with plenty of water so he would not be thirsty all night. Well, he thought, we all know that asking for bread and salt is just a polite way of accepting an invitation. But even so, I brought this on myself. Just then a beggar called in at the window.
Please, sir, spare some food and drink for a starving man.
The mullah's host ignored the cries of the beggar.
Spare some bread and salt for a poor man, wailed the beggar again.
Excusing himself, the mullah leapt from the table and ran to the window. I advise you to move on to the next house, my friend, he whispered. My host is a man of his word. If you ask him for bread and salt, that's exactly what you'll get.
There's the beggar and there's the mullah, telling him about his host.
Yes, and so why did the mullah not allow, when he had bread and salt with him, why did he say no to him?
Because he was expecting more, and just politely he just said to the host that I will accept the salt and butter from you. So it was a polite way of accepting the invitation, and he didn't want it to be a burden on his host. Maybe the host was not there. He offered him some kind of hospitality. So, and Mulla is thinking that he just took him literally, and that's why he's serving that.
Okay. That's the end of the Mulla Nusruddin tale. Bye.